Yeah, welcome aboard. How are you? Good morning. Everywhere you tuned in, this is Mliro Fire and inspiration is my game. How are you doing? I hope everything is fine. I'm fine with myself. I'm always consistent. I'm always on this platform. I'll never relent. I'll not give up because people have said that I give up. Oh, no. But what I know and what I think that you should know is that success is hard. You have to work on it. You have to go in deep. You have to dive in, not waiting for any permission from any other source, but you permit yourself. No waiting for any validation. It will never come, not waiting for the right moment, because that time that you have, this day today, that is your right time. Chinua Achebe says, and it is very, very practical if you relate to whatever that is happening today, that whatever that is shaping the world all over, that since the hunter has learned to shoot without aiming, the birds have learned to fly without flapping their wings. That is literature. But when you dig in deep, when you analyze that, you'll realize that that is exactly what is happening in life. Yes, there is a lot of trash that is being thrown to us. There is a lot of information that is negative that is being thrown to us. It is thrown to us either to derail us, destroy us, distract us so that we do not concentrate on that particular thing that we have always wanted to be. And that makes us to be in a prison. We are being caged. Yes, because they know the potential that we have inside of us. And that is why we are being caged. That is why we are being given a salary. There is an incentive so that we can be able to make their goals, their dreams to become valid, because they want to misuse us. And that is what we call, you have been manipulated. Yes, failing, because they want you to fail, to forget about the big dream, forget about the ideas that you have, forget about everything, forget even about your life, because when you go home, you think about working for that guy. You are at work early, you still carry the work back home, you come and work for it, and you are a prisoner. You're never free from yourself. For those that have done that, those who are giving you that job, these people liberated themselves and they learned the art of working on themselves, pushing through the hardships, making something that was never there, never imagined, to become a reality. And that calls for courage. It calls for a bold move. It doesn't call for a weaker mind. No, you got to have a strong mindset. For you believing in yourself, for you standing out for what you believe in, for you representing yourself the very best version of you. It has to be authenticity. You cannot hang on the status quo. Now, it is about the real you. It's not about the fancy, the fascination. It's not all about these confusions that we encounter on our daily basis. And when we go back there, we think that we are doing fine. We think that we are being proud of ourselves. No. It is creating fear and anxiety. It is creating depression. Most of us do not die because of old age. Now, whatever that is eating us in this particular moment in time, it's about us not knowing what we want. Because we are a slave to somebody. We are a slave to our job. We are a slave for that job because you're doing it not for out of passion, but you're doing it because it drives you, it gives you money to pay your bills and remain broke again. At the end of the month, you start another year. Same broke, same you. Yet you always keep on saying that you liberate yourself, you free yourself. No. Bob Nestor Marley says when you free your mind, freedom comes from freeing your mind. Yes, freeing your mind. Worry about nothing. Do that which gives you passion. It gives you freedom. You get enough sleep at night. You can have time to exercise on yourself. Rebuilding that, it calls for the mental strength. And that does not come easy. Easy, nothing has changed because somebody died. He just took it for granted. But we ignore. Yes, these are factual facts that we have been given freely. It has been given without even chance. But you see, these facts are there. They exist. The examples that we can see, emulate. We have seen them. It's out of persistence. It's about of you commitment. Giving in 120% commitment. Forgetting about every negative thing that has ever crossed your mind. That is why people succeed. Yes, you start by loving yourself, and that is self-awareness. You relieve yourself from the baggage that you're carrying for other people. These people, unless you're willing to now alienate those things that are consuming you, that are not helping you, that are taking you for a ride, it won't be long. Yes, it was 2020 the other day, but now we are here. It is 2025. Within no time, it is 2030. We were told that there's a vision, the vision 2030. Yes, as much as it will not materialize, yes, it won't maybe, but you see, at least they have a goal. At least it was projected, it was seen, somebody envisioned that. And you see, the predecessors, those who are coming after them, they are pushing on that agenda because it's a vision. Without a vision, people perish, and that is put practically in the biblical. Yes, with lack of wisdom, then the people perish. You have to set goals. You have to be willing to take the process. You have to be willing to have the measure of integrity in anything that you do. Do not be scared of anyone. No one shares your pain. Yes, you've suffered. You've lost a loved one. You're fired. Find your way out. It is about you relinquishing your power back. Many of us are drawn to things that are shortcome. We want to take shortcuts. We want to achieve mastery without being foolish. You can never be a master unless you are willing to be a fool. You are willing to be a student again. You are willing to learn every single day. Things are changing at a staggering pace, at staggering speed. The world is evolving at a rate that we can never consider. We can never take anything for granted. Everything is going very fast. And unless you're willing to take your place right now in time, if you're keeping on pushing, procrastinating, which is a form of fear, a fear that you have to overcome. Either way, unless you fear, that is why you try something nice, something new. Because you're scared of your situation, you're scared of where you are, you're scared even of that job that you're doing. You're not guaranteed. Yes, tomorrow you might be fired. When you're fired, what happens? People are gaining skills. People are leveraging up every single day. They are going into books. And that is what separates the majority and the minority. They know where they are going. They know what the world needs, and that is what they're offering. All of us are just staying comfortable. We are staring into nothingness. Instead of using our creativity of self-enterprise, coming out with ideas, the world needs solutions. It doesn't need your excuses. They are tired of the excuses. It's about execution. They want solutions. They want people to help them help their problems. They want people to help them solve their problem, their financial freedom, their mental freedom. People are desperate. They're hungry. They're just disturbed. And yet, whenever they are faced with the reality, they do not want to accept it. We always want to push it away. When you ask anybody, how are you doing? They'll tell you, I'm doing fine. But they are not fine. Yes, they're wearing very expensive, nice clothes. Yes, but they are not fine. Inside of them, they are disturbed. Inside of them, they are broken. They are shattered. They are just living on a thin thread that separates them from their life as a bad. But if anything was to happen now, then they have nothing. And it's not that they don't have the ability. It is because they have always not have that chance of having a conversation with themselves, of freeing their mind, of accepting of those things that they are being given, which are meagre. They are living below their potential. Most of us, and when you tell them, they are always ready, willing to create an excuse. They're always willing to create a mountain out of an anthill. It can never happen like that. We have to be realistic. We have to come out of this cocoon. We have to at least follow our intuition. Follow that which goes in tandem on who we are and what we want to improve. People will talk about you. People will backstab you on the back. But that is not a guarantee to stop you. It's not a guarantee to tell you that you are not enough. It's not a guarantee to tell you, and that comes when you want to shout whatever you're doing. No, people do marvelous things, but they don't shout about it. You see results. All results speak for themselves. That is why they win. That is why they accomplish. That is why they gain a lot. That is why they go their mind. Whatever that takes them a step that. yeah, sometimes it does happen. Yeah, those kind of things happen in life. Yeah, sometimes yeah. Oh my goodness. Sorry for that. Yeah, these are some of the things that happen in life. Yeah, there's distraction. Yeah, and anytime you are starting on a project, if this project is a game changer, believe you me, there will be obstacles. There are people who do not want that thing to all come true. And they will stand a stumbling block. They will do all that they can to make sure that it doesn't work. They want you to believe it is impossible. But you see, look here, ladies and gentlemen, unless you're weird, then you can never do anything. Unless you're extraordinary, then you can never get anything done. Those that we see, things that we appreciate in life, it is about going out of your own way, following your own path. It's a path that is lonely. It's a path that has no flowers. It's a path that's gonna pain you, but you know what you want, and that is why you stay committed to it. You keep your focus. You keep flying your own space. Do not condone with other people that doesn't resonate with you. The metaphorical of an eagle, I always want to use this to amplify my point. The eagle flies in a space that is so foreign, a space that you cannot find any other bird apart from the eagle itself. And that is what separates that from other birds. That is what makes the eagle such independent-minded. Because the eagle believes that, you know what, whenever there is distraction, then I cannot concentrate on what I'm doing. That is why the eagle flies in its own airspace, and if an eagle was to find another bird in that airspace, it has to be another eagle, but not these ordinary birds. And that is why the eagle has a powerful eyesight. It sees something bigger. Most of us were just, we see here, we're blind. We see, but we are blind. Yeah, we don't open up. We don't use our third eye to analyze, look at the trends of life, look at where we've come from, look at the tremendous efforts that the people are doing around us. And you see, all we say is we complain. But whatever that we have, it is much more. It's not about the external that controls us, but what is it that is in us? The internal, that spirit that can never be broken. Yes, we are human beings. We are bound to be broken. We are bound to be shattered at times. There are people that will walk in our lives. They will have to shut us down. But there are people, still they are existing people, that when they hear you, when they see the value on you, on the other side of you, they will always extend their hand and lift you out. They will extend your hand and give you a helping hand. Because why? They had your battle cry. They saw the value in you because you represented yourself, because you showed up on that stage, because you're willing to come again on the arena of life out of the front door and tell them who you are. Point by point, representing yourself to the fullest, because you're the one with the pain, you're the one who is in demand, you're the one who wants to pay rent, you are the one who wants to liberate yourself, liberate your mind, you're the one who is caring about the family, the people that depend upon you. It is time to rise again from those broken pieces. Live not in your past. It does not belong to you. What belongs to you is rewriting your story once again. And as I always say it, you know what? The masterpiece can never be created just as you think about it. It is out of imagination, and you know what? The imagination is always, the universe has offered everything that you want in front of you. All you have the canvas, which is empty canvas again, because all that happened in the past, all the tribulation, the setbacks that happened in the past, they have gone to the drain. And now you have a clean slate. You have a new canvas and you have the paintbrush. Will you be willing to paint that picture, that masterpiece again? Will you be willing to rise on the occasion again and change that person that you have always wanted to be? Let's not lie to ourselves. Let's all live in fear, because at the end of it all, what is it that you're scared of? It will have to happen. But you have to make your goals high. You have to set a higher standard. You have to be unique in your own way, in your own representation. You cannot be like any other person, because you are extraordinary in your own right. And you are different just the way you are, the way you express yourself. But you have to realize that this power lies inside of you, but because of distraction, because you don't want, you don't want to separate yourself from the majority. You don't want to alienate yourself with the negativity, the limitation, superimposed limitation put on us by society, that it cannot be done. No one has achieved that. That is a lie. It is a fallacy that we keep on following. Yes, there are things that we were told when we were young that these things cannot work. There are things that we were told when we were young, and they have been embedded in our mind, and our subconscious mind is always thinking about them. The fear that, you know what, unless you are You go to school, get a good education, get work. What happens for those millions that have gone to school? They have PhDs, they have doctorates, they don't have work. And now on the flip side, what of those that have those degrees? They have everything, but they are looking for a way out. It is about the power of the mind. It's about you changing, rewiring your mind again. You have to rewind your mind. You have to reboot your mind. You have to reset your mind. You have to refocus again. There is no anyone who will take you to custody. No one will ever hold you accountable because you failed and you tried again. No. And failure is not fatal. But the strength to carry on, the power to rise again, the power to join the dotted lines of pain. That is what makes the whole difference. The power to come again, to rise again on the occasion, to come again in that arena that is so foreign to us. We can never live and pretend. We can never live in denial. We can never just settle for the less. And yet we have been made for more. Everyone has been given that chance. Everyone has an opportunity, but it is your choice. What choice do you make? Yes, it has been given to us. Are you going for that comfort, temporal comfort now? Are you going to be comfortable? Are you going to live on excuses? Excuses don't give results, but they bring pain. Excuses bring regrets, and regrets is a monster in your closet that will live for you, with you forever, never leaving you until you depart from this planet Earth. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how serious it is. Success is hard. That is why there is just a majority of people that succeed. Because of why? You don't believe in yourself. You are not willing to pay the price. You always want to be comfortable. Ladies and gentlemen, today there is something important that should be happening to you. And if you are brave enough, if you've been following me and you're getting what I'm saying, I think it's time to rethink again. It's a time to refocus again, because we are capable. We are much more than whatever little that we're being given. We can always rise only if we realize the potential that is inside of us, the power that is inside of us, by just that flip switch, changing our mind and believing in ourselves, and that dream, bringing it in again to realization. It is not gonna be easy, but it's possible. But as long as your wheels keep turning in the mud, as long as your car is still moving, as long as you're alive now in this planet Earth, there are chances, there are possibilities. As long as you believe in yourself, you concentrate, you keep your focus, always pushing through, always believing in yourself, always trusting the process and being the authenticist. The authentic, the real authentic you. That authenticity is the world, what the world wants. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how serious it is. And when you come, you see many people succeed, you think it is a joke. There is so much that goes in there. There is so much sacrifice. You have to be willing to sacrifice. You have to be willing to be patient. patient with yourself, patient with the process, patient with the progress. Most of us want to start now. You know what? You want to reduce weight, but you want to give yourself a week, and then you think that you'll have to shed weight. No. It has to pain you. You have to sweat. You have to be consistent. Waking up when others are asleep. Pushing through. Working late when everyone else has gone to sleep. That is the mindset that you need. That is the mindset of a winner. That is the mindset of those who succeed. Giving yourself the very best. Working not because you are tired, but you work. When work has been done, that is when you stop. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Mliro Fire, Mliro Mendes. That is me. Inspiration is my game. And if you've been following me or you have not followed me, please follow me at Mliro Fire. I love you guys. I'll keep pushing. I'll never be stopped by the criticism. I take criticism as my fuel. I take the naysayers as my fuel. Whatever they say behind my back, it propels me to become more versatile, more radical, telling the truth with power, with authenticity. It doesn't matter how I'll put it, but as long as it's truth, that is only the thing that will set us free. And as always, as I put it, that truth hurts. But truth is always the remedy that we need. And as much as you tell lies a long time, but truth is always the sharpest weapon of all. And if every one of us in this world exercised kindness, that is the sharpest weapon of all. Be kind to yourself. Realize that you have a role to play. Come back to yourself. Forgive yourself again. Start over again. Just, you know what? Find some time with yourself alone. Because you see, the bandwagon that you are on, it is just out there to make us go astray. And that is why you have to have your focus. You have to have something that you believe in. You have to first forgive yourself. You have to first forgive yourself. You have to first believe in yourself. You have first to believe that there is something that must come out of it. It's not going to be easy. It will challenge me, but I'll remain fixated. I'll keep pushing. I'll keep grinding. I'll keep showing up. I'll keep working. I'll keep trying. I'll come again and do it more. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Take care. Peace. Mliro Fire is my name. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, Dimsy Mozi. Thank you so much, Frederick Katonji. Thank you so much, my brother. Yes, that is my schoolmate. And Ndalu Samson, thank you so much for watching. That's my pleasure. It's been good. It's been great. We will keep pushing. Never relent. You are too much. They're scared of you. That is why they want to distract you. So you have to sometimes put a defer. Don't listen to what they say. But what is it that your heart tells you to do? Yes, reach inside of yourself. You are the own rescue that you have. No one is coming to rescue, not your brother, not your sister. No. They will always tell you, why don't you start? Then we will support you. But when you arrive, then you see nobody who is following you. Don't force them. Don't beg them. You have no excuse. You have no whatsoever. You have no apologies to make for you starting, for you pushing on your dream. You have to validate it right now. You have to believe it is possible. Get up, rise again, push through the front door. Go inside that arena that is always frightening. And if you don't know, it will frighten you. It will frighten you. There are days that you will go like you're insane, but do not give in. Do not relent. Nothing good comes easy. You have to work for it. You have to put in the work. More than anyone else. The competition is going to be tough. The road is going to be rough. Things going to be very tough than what we think of, than what we are experiencing now. Unless you position yourself, you reposition yourself, rethink again, leverage, and find your space right now. And this is the time to start on yourself. Whatever that happened, it has nothing to do with what is happening today. You are rewriting your story again. Bye.